Hey everybody, Tim here for another Marvel MCU movie, Phase 2, Movie 3, Captain America Winter Soldier. So it's kind of interesting for Phase 2. Iron Man had his third movie, Thor had his second, and now here we are with Captain America in his second. This is directed by the Russo brothers, who later on take over as like the showrunners. I don't know what the proper term for that is. For Phase 3 of Marvel. Clearly by this movie, like, they can handle it. Like, they do a fantastic job. I don't know, like, it has so many characters. I mean, you know it's going to be Captain America based off the title. You know Bucky and the Winter Soldier are going to be in it, but we get Nick Fury returning. We get the Black Widow, who, I mean, this is Captain America 2, and we saw her in Iron Man 2 was her introduction, so that's great. Anthony Mackie is first appearance as Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon. So a lot of stuff's going on. Sitwell has a big part in this. I mean, Sitwell, I want to say the first time we saw him was Thor, where he's in like the New Mexico and stuff. He's the agent who's like, is this one of Stark's? And he's like, and Coulson's like, I don't know, I can't keep up with that guy. Now, for those who have not watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which as soon as I'm caught up with the MCU, I'm going to go back and rewatch it because I haven't seen all of it, but I saw a lot of it. Sitwell also plays a big part in the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I love like connecting the two. I think they did a great job. Let's see, who else is in this? We get the return of Agent Carter, who's still alive. But I think it's interesting. Supposedly, her scene was actually filmed for the Avengers, but it was cut for time, and then they put it in this one where she's elderly. She's very old. Let's see. We get Emily Van Camp, who stars as Agent 13. I love Emily Van Camp. My favorite show of all time, on record, because this is film, it's the internet, it's never going to go away. My favorite show ever is Everwood. I absolutely love that show. So I think it's fantastic that Emily Van Camp first is in this, and then the very next movie in Marvel is Guardians of the Galaxy with Chris Pratt, and they were brother and sister in Everwood. So I don't think they've ever had screen time together in Marvel, but still, I think it's fantastic. So as soon as she showed up, I lost my shit. I was so excited. I was so happy. A lot of good scenes in this. Like the overall plot, I think it's really enjoyable. It's a lot of fun just to like see what's going on. I mean, Bucky and the Winter Soldier is very comparable to. I'm a big Batman fan, as you can tell behind me. Is very comparable to Jason Todd and the Red Hood. Like both characters were kind of sidekicks. They were killed off. Years and years later, they were brought back as like anti-hero villain types. So I was super excited. Some of the scenes that I thought were kind of funny were, for one, early on in the movie when Cap jumps out of the plane, they have the line where he's like, was he wearing a parachute? And they're like, no, he was not. In the Avengers, they go out of their way to show him putting on a parachute in that first meeting between Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor. So I was like, okay, so evidently we need it. I loved the scene where Fury's attacked, just in the car, where he's like, get me out of here! Like, you could tell, if this was rated R or something, like, just Sam L. Jackson being like, where the fuck am I? Like, it would be great. Toby Jones returns as Zola, again, from the first Captain America movie, so I thought that was great. Senator Stern returns, who made his first appearance in Iron Man 2, where he was a douchebag in that movie, and sure enough, he's a Hydra agent in this, so I thought it was great. This kind of sets up a lot of the future, where when Sitwell is first being interrogated, he's like, oh, we're tracking everybody. We're tracking Bruce Banner. We're tracking Stephen Strange, which is Doctor Strange, who gets his movie a few down the line. So I thought that was great. Loved the Bucky flashbacks of him, like, losing his arm and stuff, which kind of goes with the whole, like, Empire Strikes Back. Like, if you guys don't know, every movie in Phase 2 features somebody losing their arm. This is the third movie. The first movie had the main villain, Guy Pearce's character, losing his arm. In Thor 2, it was Thor, the hologram of Thor, losing his arm. And in this one, Bucky loses his arm. Everybody loses an arm in this phase of the movie because it's Phase 2 and it's the Empire Strikes Back of the franchise. Whatever. Anyways, this is the first time we see Fury's actual eyeball without the mask covering it, and just seeing how bad it is. I mean, it was a little intense. It was. I loved the end credits where we get the first hint of the twins, where we see Wanda and Pietro Maximoff, aka Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. So again, just setting up the future. So I was like, oh my god, I remember seeing it in theaters for the first time and just like, what are they doing? Like, it was amazing. I was super, super excited. I thought it was a really well done movie. It has a lot of characters, but they maximize their time very, very well. Especially the Black Widow, the Natasha scenes where she's bouncing off of Steve. Like, was that your first kiss? And stuff like that. I think they did a fantastic job. And I just think that they all played off each other really well. So I liked it. It was very different than the first Captain America movie, but at the same time, like, it's the modern Captain America, so it worked. It was really, really good. It was well done. And the fact that they completely flip, like, oh, Shield has actually been Hydra this whole time, and we just didn't know it. And the repercussions of that throughout the franchise was fantastic. So I loved it. I'm super excited to see where it goes from here. I'm curious what everybody else thinks about, like, the whole Winter Soldier character. Go ahead, let me know so we can talk about it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and we'll see you guys next time for Guardians of the Galaxy.